Hey, welcome to the Illinois Business Playbook. We are currently at season 2, episode 2. We've got Julie Bevel here with the Fox River Med Spa. Julie, how you doing today?
One.
I'm doing wonderful. You know, the last time I saw you, we were both a little bit better dressed, a little fancy schmancy. How
Well,
did you?
you don't like my cowl neck sweater
Oh, I
for
think it's
February
awesome.
weather? I
I
mean,
was just
come
going to ask
play.
you if there's any way I can get one of those. It looks pretty cool. Did you have fun at the? Did you have fun at the event that we were at?
Yeah, our Chamber Royale. Heck yeah. It was, every time we work so hard, it's nice to be able to just cut loose a little bit, dress up, like have a fancy
Absolutely.
night out. I wear scrubs most of the time. I'm in uniform,
Okay.
or branded gear. So,
Sure.
it's nice to get dolled up.
Yeah.
Everybody cleaned up
The
so nicely.
the band from the '90s, TLC, probably wouldn't like you so much because I think they were anti-scrub. But anyways, exactly. I love it. I love it. And I don't know if we're going to see her now, but you do have a little four-legged friend rolling around. So
She's
what
unpredictable. You never know. There's three savages that live in this house,
is that right?
in, plus my teenagers. So
Oh, I think we're talking
I
about the
am,
kid.
I am drastically outnumbered here. There's constant interruptions. You just gotta go with the flow when
Love it.
you're having a work from home day. But yeah, no, my little Pomsky, she might come say hi. We'll see.
Be- Beautiful, beautiful. Well, listen. As far as the Fox River Med Spa is concerned, tell us about your business and tell us what inspired you to start it.
All right. Oh God, where do we start? I'm on a mission to heal the world one body at a time.
Oh my gosh, love
Yes,
it.
like no, really. Our mission is very big. We want to help people avoid surgery, non-narcotic, non-surgical pain management, stress management. And I've been a massage therapist by trade for 25 years. I used to be like a little dirty hippie. I toured around the country following fish, doing massage for $1 a minute, show to show.
Oh my
It
gosh, we're
was,
gonna have to go
yeah,
back to that, Julie.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how deep do you want to go? How much time you got?
I well,
Um,
I picture my old Birkenstocks that I used to wear and following fish around a little bit myself. So,
well,
so you went
right
from
on.
being a fish head to trying to heal the
A little bit
world.
about you.
What inspired you to
Yeah.
go in that direction?
Listen, if you are, coming up in the 90s like me, and I grew up in Naperville and I wanted to do something different, right? I ran from Naperville screaming like, ah! Massage therapy was a way to take care of, it's a livable wage. It's a wonderful way to make good money,
Sure.
and have freedom and be able to go. Everybody needs massage. So I was very portable, and I allowed, it fit my rock and roll lifestyle. And so it was when I got serious about my career, and really actually kind of cleaned up my act.
Mm,
And landed in Vegas at the Bellagio with my kid's dad, and we had a really cool. Long story short, after partying around the country and bouncing around in my 20s, I was in Portland, Oregon, and that's where I met my kid's dad.
okay.
And he had two kids from his previous marriage, and they wanted to move to Vegas in 2004 when it was like the huge boom, right? Like they were just passing out jobs, like good paying, double your money if you can keep your nose clean and have any set of skills. Like Vegas was very, very good to us. So we moved all down there together. Mom, dad, stepmom, stepdad.
Okay.
She actually had five kids, two of which were my stepdaughters, and we all were like one big tribe. I actually lived with her for 3 months while the men went first to Vegas to get our housing situated. So now
Sure.
she was like a single mom with five kids. So I actually moved in with my husband's ex, to be like, a sister mom.
Oh,
And yeah, it's all good. And so I ended up at the Bellagio. And for 10 years, I got to rock my career, practice my craft. I ended up as their lead therapist and educator. I got to take care of a lot of really cool VIPs. I have an NDA. I can't tell you about the Lady Gaga reflexology party, but it was a thing. And I learned a lot. But once I started having my own children, all I wanted to do was come home to Chicago because
hmm
this is home, and raise my kids around my sisters. And so, yeah, we moved home. I left one of the best massage jobs in the country, in 2013 to come home here to Chicago and founded Fox River Spa. And we started as a spa and salon. We
Okay.
did hair, nails, bridal. We did do massage and facials as well, but
Sure.
I was all more into the hair and nail side of life too. And we expanded. We had 2 locations before COVID. So we grew this team. It was awesome. Like we're having our entrepreneur adventure. And cool story, the way we found Algonquin and the Fox River was, well, again, I love the Fox River. I already knew about it. We love the eagles there. And if you look at our logo, like it's got the river and it's got the eagle's wings. Like it's all nods to my nature loving past. But it was a Chicago Bear, Marcus Robinson, number 88.
Yeah.
He built the salon that I bought for his wife when he set that record for most yards completed in a single season. He built this beautiful 3,000 square foot spa and salon for his wife Kiyomi, as if like, hey, you supported my dreams, I want to support your dreams. And she ran it for a while and had fun with it and did a lot of great hair. But when her lease was up, she just like kind of let it go. And there was this beautiful vacant build out, and I found it online. I was like surfing. I was like, man, we got to get home. How am I going to get home? I don't want to leave Bellagio and go like work for a franchise or something. And I didn't want to, we needed to make money because we were used to a certain level of income. I was like, man, I don't want to like have to grind it out and like try to build up clientele. And, because I've done that before too. I did that in Oregon. And those things take time. Building clientele takes time. But, we found this place online and it had such a cool story. I was like, I'm going to buy that Chicago Bears. I'm going to buy that business. And so, yeah, they had it listed for 80,000. We talked them down to 45,000. And, so I cashed out my savings and me and the hubs and the kids moved here in 2013. And then now here we are like 12 years later. We made it through COVID. That's a whole nother story. That's probably a whole nother podcast.
Yeah,
we could actually talk about how business owners pivoted, adapted, survived, or thrived, or chose not to, right? Because I almost didn't reopen. We had 2 locations at the time. We weren't considered essential because we weren't medical. Mm-hmm. I was super mad that my craft, my life's work, was not considered essential because really I am on a mission to help save the world. Mm-hmm. And you do that by actually caring for your neighbor and actually touching people. So whatever. I leaned in though. I did not burn it down. And we went medical. I said, all right, I'm never going to get shut down again. We're going medical. So I partnered with a chiropractor. We brought on a nurse practitioner. And I had already built a great foundation of community. And we have our culture of like our 5-star standards from, my Vegas stuff and just how I am as a human, the way we care for each other. And so now we did end up closing the location with the hair and nails. We did exit that property because people were weird about masks and vaccines, and just hair and nails were not fun. in 2020, like we're like, let's just cut it. We're cutting it. And we'd been in the location for 7 years and we were on a month-to-month lease. And so it was just like gotta go. And it's proven to be the right move because now we, as at the Casino Chamber Royale last weekend, we won large business of the year. We are a large business now. We have 45 employees. We do close to 2.5 million in revenue. I mean, we're definitely going to cross that for 2025, which I love, like numbers like 2025, we're going to get over 2.5. So yeah, it's, what the market wants, the market gets. And as long as it's legal, the answer is yes. So we've really leaned into adding on like injectables, Botox fillers, the GLP-1s, semaglutide, tirzepatide, and then hormone replacement therapy, PRP, stem cell injections. We're doing a lot of regenerative medicine, which is totally in my integrity of like helping people avoid surgery, keeping people off of narcotics. And then we did a couple other things too. We founded a CBD line. We founded a massage school. I've got a pretty robust e-commerce game that I like. I call it a game, but it's a 7-figure game because it is a game when you are battling out there in those Google streets. Like it's totally a game. So I'm playing it. So thank you for letting me be part of it here on your podcast. That's my story in a nutshell.
By the way, we might have to do part 2, part 3, part 4 of this. My folks actually live in Naperville. I'm from the western suburbs. I certainly remember many times going to the Riverwalk as a kid. How big of a deal that was at the back.
Yeah, I've got a picture of the Riverwalk on my office over there.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So Boy, you're doing such a
I
good job.
know. What do you want to talk about first?
Yeah. Well, what strategies have been most effective as far as growing your customer base? I mean, I assume obviously everybody loves referrals, so I assume that that's a contingency. But are
You
you using
know,
social media platforms? Are you using other platforms? What's the best way that you do
I as a 47-year-old mom, like Facebook is my jam. That's where I live. Um, and I do believe in constant communication. And anytime you're a team builder or a community builder, like you have to be a talker and an extrovert, which I have we met. So it's come pretty natural to me to just be a extra, read all about it,
it?
right? I am considered long-winded and verbose. So please interrupt me at any time. I never get insulted when people interrupt me. I know like people are really sensitive to it, but I am not.
Okay. Well,
Because I know.
I want to keep moving along here. You're very you're definitely an extrovert like myself, and I love that. Can you
Uh, but sorry, but to answer your question, let me land the plane of what has been the best way to drive business for
yes.
me. It is to just consistently give quality care.
Oh,
It really
beautiful
is about having transformative
reputation.
experiences. If people come into your space feeling one kind of way and then they leave your space feeling another kind of way, you just really have to have enough money to stay in it,
Yeah,
right? Like, and thankfully, I was able to get some funding. And did you hear that?
I did, but that's okay.
My cat just tried to jump up on here, so that's awesome. She didn't make it. She wanted to be in this podcast so bad. But I am a firm believer of if you build it, they will come. And having operating from faith, I treat my business as my spiritual practice, actually. And so I'm just going to keep on showing up and doing the work that the universe tells me to do, and try to be my best self every day. Try to learn something new every day. We're constantly evolving. We're constantly learning and leveling up, and I get it every day a chance to prove myself worthy of this beautiful life. But I really do feel grateful to be here in America, and I like consider it my duty to try to be my best self. And so that's how I operate in my business, and being consistent in our communication and marketing efforts. But yeah, we most of our marketing dollars do go into Facebook, spend a little bit on Google, and then we're very active in two chambers of commerce, networking, referrals, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it comes down to how do you treat people when they are in your space? How do you treat your customers? How do you
Let's
treat
talk
your
about that for a second here, Julie. Really
yeah.
quick, really good. I do want to say let's do this one a little quicker. But can you remember your cat just flew in the background, which is awesome.
I
I can't wait
know.
to
I
see that
told
when I
you she did get a cameo. She got a cameo.
she did.
Good for
Can
her.
you
Okay.
remember just like a customer or a time that like still sticks with you, still resonates you to this day? That's kind of inspired you to kind of keep moving forward.
Joe, there's actually so many of them.
Mm,
I literally get 2 or 3 emails a week about how my staff has changed people's lives.
beautiful.
Um, no, I mean, people come to us on their best days, like when they're getting married and they're having their couples massage, and then they
Yes.
come to us on their worst days, like after their partner died
Mm,
and they're grieving.
yeah.
So we get to create space and hold space for them. If I had to pick like one client that sticks out in my mind is probably Miss Eileen Reedy. She had a spinal cord injury, a very severe one. She fell on vacation, and I've been her massage therapist for over a decade, and
Oh,
it's really one of the best ways that she gets relief. Her whole life has changed. Her whole family has had to evolve to care for
mm,
her and her injury, and she's still the matriarch of this beautiful family.
oh,
It's just now she's in a wheelchair,
it's
and
beautiful.
so it's yeah, I mean that she's like one of my near and dears.
Julie, what's the best way that people can get in touch with you, learn more about your business? What's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Pick
I
up
think if they
the
spend more than
pick
five
up the
seconds with you, they're
phone.
going to love you.
Pick up the phone and call. I have a saying, a personal saying is if you care, you call.
Mm,
So we always try to call people before we text them. And it's yeah, but yeah, you can send a smoke signal, you can ping us on Facebook, you can text, you can check out our website, you can whatever. We're in a lot of places.
Nice.
But it's always best if you're curious, because we are so full service. We have so many items on our menu. It's awesome if you get overwhelmed looking at our website, like, I don't even know what to do. Just give us a call and we'll talk about
Beautiful.
what do you want to do for your life, and what's your main priority, and then what's your schedule, what's your budget, like how much is. We have some clients that spend over $1,000 a month on self-care, and we
Mm,
have some clients that spend $100 in a year, right? They get their one massage a year. And when, we love them all the same, and everybody deserves the same amount of care no matter how much you're spending with us. So, the answer is it depends.
beautiful. Well, Julie, again, I gonna tell Neha we gotta stop by the spa and spend a little time with you. I really had
Yeah.
enjoyed talking to you here today, learning about your business. Wish you
Thank
nothing
you.
but the best, and thank you for giving us your time today. Okay,
Easy peasy. Thank you.
you got it.
Take
Take care.
care. Bye.